For every best contestant in America's Got Talent, there is also a worst one that's a complete disaster. Starting with Kayvon Zand, who had his own definition of what good music sounded like. After getting a second chance to showcase how much he had improved his humorous performance, Kayvon Zand came better prepared. At least that's what he thought.
Watch out, here I come.
At first, his theatrics sold the performance, but everything changed when he started singing.
Watch out, here I come. Spin me right round, give me right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Spin me right.
The look on the judges' faces told it all if the red buzzers didn't send him a clear message. Even Howie Mandel, who initially thought the character persona was great, did not like the overall performance. But Kayvon was not going down without a fight.
The piano was not good. The singing was not good.
Okay, you know what? You're wrong about that.
It's not serious music.
Kayvon played the piano again to prove his point, but when he was hit with the brutal truth by Mel B, he couldn't take it, and so he fired back.
You did come out here, you did put on a show. When it comes to singing, your technique is not even there.
Do you think that you're a better singer than me?
In the end, Howie came to regret being a fan of Kayvon, especially after all the disrespect he showed the judges. Yet for many viewers, it was Howie's early support that made the whole ordeal even more entertaining. Howie thinking it was a joke was the best part, It was clear Kayvon performed the wrong talent, unlike Jessica Sanchez, who got one of the best comeback moments in America's Got Talent history. Jessica first appeared on America's Got Talent at just 10 years old during the show's first season in 2006. After walking away from music for over 2 decades, Jessica rediscovered her voice, her confidence, and her purpose. With a baby on the way and fire in her soul, she came back to the stage to perform Beautiful Things by Benson Boone. She was expectant, but the audience was not expecting her piece. Touched the crowd's hearts, and they all loved it. Her strength and courage to come back despite being pregnant and having been outside the music business really inspired the audience. The song also hinted at what she was going through in life. Her performance earned one of the most emotional Golden Buzzer moments of the season. If her younger self wouldn't be proud, then perhaps the audience would reassure it to her. This is not just an audition, this is a Vegas quality performance right here. She sounded better than most famous artists right now. I hope America allowed Jessica to shine and be big this time. It's time the world give her the full respect she deserves. Team Jessica! And while time really made Jessica evolve to find her true light, the same cannot be said for Larry, who seemed to be in the wrong line of art. Larry stepped onto the stage full of enthusiasm, his silent act expected to be artistic and unique. But the moment the spotlight was solely on him, everything quickly unraveled. The audience was left baffled as Larry stumbled through his act, looking completely unprepared. It didn't take long before the judges finally lost their patience. After the judges buzzed him off almost instantly and being told by Howie that his act wasn't worth the audience's vote, Larry the Mime lost it and finally spoke.
Do you know how hard it is to not talk? No, you don't, because all you do is run your mouth, Howard. That's all you do. You're a moron. That's what you are. Oh, you!
Larry even stormed toward the judge's desk, looking ready to turn violent and leaving them visibly shaken until the moment came when the mask was finally removed. It turned out Larry the Mime was none other than Nick Cannon, pulling off a prank on the judges, and they had fallen for it completely. The judges fearing for their lives when Nick goes down gets me every time, haha. Nick's prank brought laughs, but the next guy, Jordan Blue, was the perfect example of when opportunity meets preparation. For the longest time, New Orleans' 23-year-old Jordan Blue has been expressing his musical talents as a street performer, and when he stepped on stage to perform Break Even by the Script, it was clear he was ready to let the star inside him finally shine.
I'm still alive, but I'm barely breathing. Just praying to a God that I don't believe in.
The room changed with his voice rich, textured, and aching with emotion.
'Cause I got time while she's got freedom. 'Cause when our heart breaks, no, it don't break even.
It was a song about heartbreak and survival, yet when he sang, it became a cry of endurance, a tribute to pain, and a declaration of hope.
And what am I supposed to say when I'm all choked up and you're okay? I'm falling to pieces.
When he was done, Simon Cowell gave him 2 thumbs up, but it was Howie Mandel who stood up, walked to the buzzer, and sent Jordan straight to the live shows with a shower of gold confetti.
You, young man, are going to the strike.
And everyone who'd seen him in the streets was happy for him. I remember being in New Orleans and seeing this kid. I told him he needs to go to Idol, but getting that golden buzzer works too. Keep going, Jordan. Jordan surely gave the crowd a bang for their buck. Unlike Greg, who left the audience trying to figure out what his talent was. After years of working construction, Greg finally retired and got his shot at living his dream on AGT's big stage.
It's been a lifetime in preparation, a few moments of inspiration, and tonight will be the culmination.
Is this something you think could win the whole competition?
I believe it can, yes.
Hearing this, the crowd was curious to see what Greg had in store for them, except no one expected it to turn into one of the most painful performances they'd ever seen. Wait, what just happened? Even the judges were left scratching their heads, completely confused by what they were looking at. If this was the talent, perhaps he was on the wrong stage.
Is that it?
Greg tried to keep a smile on his face, but Simon Cowell, never one to hold back, decided to tear the performance apart.
Possibly the worst thing we've seen so far in America's Got Talent. You know what? I'm going home. Good night. I've had it. Good night, everyone.
To most fans, this was more of trolling. First guy has to be a troll, and it's hilarious XD. Greg's performance disappointed everyone, but Tyler's story and skill created one of the most emotional wins of the season. This wasn't just a performance, it was a triumph of spirit, resilience, and the healing power of music. Tyler was diagnosed with leukemia at the age of 4. Due to years of chemotherapy, he lost his hair, and classmates cruelly bullied him, called him names, and excluded him. But at just 11 years old, everything changed when Tyler took his violin on the big stage to perform Stronger by Kelly Clarkson. His skill was evident, and his energy instantly moved the crowd. He had all the reasons to stay sad and remain a victim, but he'd chosen to stay strong and live life to the fullest. Tyler inspired so many people all over the world to keep fighting and go above their limitations. And Simon, touched by this, had one thing for the bullies. Tyler had shed the victim mindset by refusing to be the kid with cancer and chose to be great at violin, and everyone saw it. I don't want to be the kid with cancer. I want to be the kid who plays violin. You guys know how powerful and mature that statement means? This kid doesn't demand change. He make a change for the better. What an inspiring kid. And while Tyler brought people's will to live back to life, the next contestant did the opposite. Death walked on stage cloaked and silent, clearly aiming to spook the crowd and reap their laughter, but instead his act ended up killing the vibe.
The only guarantees in life are death and taxes. But if you walk around all summer in a thick black cloak, thigh chafing is also gonna happen.
After the dead silence, he tried something more relatable, thinking the audience would buy it as it was down to earth. But these people were very unresponsive.
Anyone who says you can't cheat death hasn't met my ex-girlfriend.
It was so bad that the crowd booed him, yet Howie found it so good.
I've been dating recently. I get ghosted a lot.
What?
It was obvious the crowd wasn't on board with the dark humor, so to wrap up his act, Death left them with something to think about.
Have you ever been on a date and it's going well, and you go back to her place, and then you remember you have to kill her cat?
Even after Simon bluntly told Death that everyone hated his act, a few still praised him for keeping his cool, arguing that the judges simply didn't get the jokes. He made me laugh. I watched it like 3 times, and he made me laugh so hard. I loved his poise. His discipline to stay composed through the entire skit from beginning to end made me laugh. Great job to him. They didn't get it. Death clearly did not entertain this audience. Perhaps they preferred a different sense of humor, like the one Drew had. After living the Hollywood dream in his 20s, Drew stepped onto the stage with quiet confidence and a visible vulnerability. He is a stand-up comedian who suffered a sports injury during a company softball game where he got hit in the throat, ruining his vocal cords and leaving him with a permanent stutter. But this didn't hold him down.
I want to get to where people's
Beneath the humor was a deeper message. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful.
It's like when
The crowd erupted in laughter, but it was Howie Mandel who was visibly moved.
I know you're here to make people laugh, but I can't tell you how emotional you make me.
As someone who has spoken openly about his own struggles with OCD and anxiety, Howie saw in Drew not just talent, but courage, and he had to appreciate it.
And I'd like to do this.
I also have a stutter that developed from childhood epilepsy. This will forever be my favorite audition. Unlike Drew who succeeded, Pooh's the Puppet tried to inspire peace, only for it to backfire so badly. Before his audition, Ben Martin, better known as Pooh's the Puppet, said he hated anything boring and predictable, so he brought his character on stage, hoping to deliver something no one had ever seen before. However, by the end though, the crowd wished they hadn't seen it at all.
Hello, AGT!
Simon's red buzzer didn't faze him. He continued as if nothing happened, hoping to impress the remaining judges, if not the audience.
I said hello, AGT! You say hello, Pooh! The world is really hard.
Ben got booed off the stage so much it was a pity to watch it, but the judges were not done with him.
You cannot say you're a ventriculist when you have a mask on.
Asking Simon for help, that was a bad idea he'd regret for the rest of the night.
I think that is the worst act we have seen this year on the show.
After the act, many complained that Ben had just wasted minutes of their lives they'd never get back. Well, that's 4 minutes and 33 seconds I will never recover from my life. While some felt like they'd wasted time listening to Pooh's, Josh gave the audience such an emotional performance it made Simon Cowell cry, a 21-year-old car mechanic whose best friend passed away 2 years ago. He'd come to perform Jealous by Labyrinth in dedication to his friend Tom Woolley, who tragically passed away in 2013 at just 18 years old. Unlike many, he interpreted the lyrics in a different way. The crowd was immediately drawn to his depth and delivery, making the audience relive the moment emotionally. After he was done, the judges couldn't help but break down in tears.
That was the most captivated I've been in all the auditions.
Even Simon Cowell, who had recently lost his mother, was visibly shaken. Well deserved This Is Beautiful.